That's why people do the unthinkable, irrational stuff. Sick, they go to church and instead of going to the hospital. You need blood, they'll tell you can't get blood. We have some Muslims that don't watch TV. We have some Muslims that they kick out some place in Ibadan. They've been living in a village in Ibadan outskirts of Ibadan for a long period of years. They don't watch TV, they don't use phone, they don't have access to anything. They literally just...
Religion is to control your mind. Religion is to control women generally. Religion is to get some people to exercise power over you. So it has nothing to do with poverty. It's just an instrument to emphasize their power over you.
Hello. Welcome to another episode of Lost Lagosians, a podcast covering topics about Lagosians, Nigerians, and Africans in diaspora, as well as trending topics and challenges facing Africans living inside and outside of Africa. I'm your host, Brother Mike. In this episode, we conclude the series titled Religion is a Scam. This is the second part of the two-part series. We continue the story about the lynching of Deborah Yakubu, as well as the aftermath of her death. We also provide suggestions on what the government can do in order to prevent similar issues from happening in the future. Thank you so much for tuning into our show every week. Really appreciate your time. We're available wherever you get your podcasts, and we also have some episodes up on YouTube. Please help us spread the word with your friends and loved one. Also help us tell people about our channel if you're finding value in this. Also, please do not forget to follow us on our social media handles at Lost Lagosians. Or as always, if you need to email us, you can always send an email to lostlagosians@gmail.com. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the show.
It will move the conversation a little bit further. And what I want to propose to the both of you is that could the economical situation or the poverty, could that impact your dogmatism regarding religion? What that means is if you are poor, you tend to cling on religion and you tend to be more serious about it. So somewhere like Nigeria, people can't read the Quran in a different way because they don't have the resources. They don't have access. They don't have the exposure. They are not traveled. They don't have food on the table. So they tend to click on that religion. That's what I mean when I want to move that forward. Is that the case? And because we are in America, we can make, we can work, things work a little bit better. We have more time.
I don't agree with that.
The same thing. That's what I was about to say. I really think that...
She said an example before that she has met some people here in America. Yeah, that she has salam to and they refuse because maybe she wasn't wearing a total cover-up. You understand? I think, and if you look at what is happening in most of the Islamic country or where, everywhere, those who cling to these religion per se. Nigeria is a good example of it. I set an example for you earlier on. No matter how educated or how rich you are, if you are a member of Deeper Life, you cannot see somebody in Anglican as a Christian. You understand? They will still come and be preaching to you. You need to accept Jesus.
And they'll tell you you're going to hell. No, they're not even hiding.
You understand? Even though this person is calling on Jesus Christ.
Same Jesus.
So poverty has nothing to do. I've told people that care to listen to me. Religion is to control your mind. Religion is to control women generally. To me. Religion is to get some people to exercise power.
The blacks, sorry to interrupt you, the blacks were controlled during the civil slavery.
Yeah, using the religion.
Religion.
They can use the
you got a point there.
What have you and everything to but even within themselves and all those things, you understand, this is still exercise. So it has nothing to do with poverty. It's just an instrument to emphasize their power over you. You understand? It has nothing to do with, because when you have people have ulcer and they continue to fast. For example, I have somebody who is sick, supposed to go to hospital. He went to go and sit in the church. And I said, your pastor is getting health care. Eventually, she died in that church. And they now called the family to come and carry her. You understand? I'm not saying you can't believe, but just like Juma said, unfortunately, we are agreeing on many things today.
I know.
You need to apply your common sense to things.
Wisdom.
Wisdom matters. And these are some of the things the cleric are not preaching. That and they are not giving people freedom. You understand? To exercise it. And this is it. If I know I need you to increase myself, I would be telling you what you wanted to hear. A lot of these people don't speak the truth. And that is a major problem we have across the line.
Yeah, and you're right. Sorry, just about America. I know of somebody who was practicing, in Nigeria, their religion. They came to America and they were looking for a job. In the process of finding the job that they were getting, they didn't get the job they wanted, but the job that we're getting was jobs that they have to be outside in the cold. Then, in the eastern part of the US, which is very cold. But their religion is such that they can't wear pants. If you wear pants, it's like, oh, you've sinned. So all the jobs she was getting over and over were jobs that required her to wear pants and be in the cold and outside. So she was unemployed for a very long time because she wanted a job that would allow her to be able to practice freedom such that, she can wear a skirt. But so basically she didn't work in the winter. She only got a job in the summer because in the winter, they require that she wear pants, but she doesn't want to wear pants, so she's not going to do the job. So in a way, she was begging people for money for those months. So religion can be used to control people, but sometimes I think we need to open our minds a little bit, and I'm not sure what it would take. Unfortunately, this lady has to, pass away first. We'll talk about it, but at the end of the day, I think if we can be able to change or educate people some more and enlighten people, things like this will not be happening anymore.
Even educated folks in the North, we agree with some of these things because of religion, because how their mind is programmed, because they don't use wisdom. So that's why poverty don't have nothing to do with it. Education don't have nothing to. People are just being evil, period. And they're very dogmatic. And you're right, with that person that was suffering, I have somebody just like that. She came from Nigeria. She's those people that wear niqab. Niqab is when you cover your entire face up and all that. But when she get here, you see that this is America. There's no way you can make it. You can't be here if you don't have a 9 to 5. You have to have some sort of job. Guess what? Now, people still don't know who she is on the outside of her job because when she get to the parking lot of her job, she remove everything. She go in. And when she get back in the car, she put everything on. So even outside of the job, you will never know her. You have to only work at the place to know who she is. But what kind of life is that? You still break your own rule. You still break the rule. The rule is nobody should see you if you want to go by the Sharia and all this craziness. But at the end of the day, you have to break your own rule because, you use wisdom. You apply wisdom because poverty will hit you hard. That's what a lot of people in Nigeria need to start doing when it comes to some of this jungle justice and religious situations.
My encouragement would be we look into maybe changing the laws and maybe some states adopt the Nigerian Marriage Act that says that for somebody to be married or any girl, she has to be at least 18 years old. Several states have not adopted that. So that's something we probably need to push for in legislation.
No, I mean, I don't think anybody can push any because it is already in some people gumpture, medulla oblongata. This is what it is, and it benefits them in that area, in that community, and they want to hold on to it. I mean, we have something like that in America going on now. Gun rights gun discussion is something you don't want to talk about. Either you are a Democrat or Republican, you want to avoid it as much as you can. At every mass killing, people will come, before you know it, it died down, nobody talks about it. Now the abortion rights is another thing. and everything. Religion liberty, even though they say it only apply when Christians are talking. When it comes to Muslim in this country that we are, religion liberty does not attack, is not for Muslims. You know that. Some people will tell you LGBTQ is for, some people can talk about it, but this is not something that some people want to hear about it, even though some people say that you are free to do whatever you want to do. So a community is a community. And if I tell you I have a solution, or we have a solution, we can come up how this can be done. No, anybody can determine how they can be governed or they can be ruled. I don't want to, maybe what we should emphasize more, especially in the case of Nigeria, is the law should be obeyed. If you are not a Muslim, Sharia law says that the law cannot govern you. So under the Sharia law, or whatever it is, these people should not have lynched this law. Even if it's blasphemy, they will have looked at it, but because the law is there, but nobody obeys it. And this affects every aspect of Nigerian system. You understand? They find you with gun. If you know somebody, you go away. You commit violence against your spouse or what have you. If you have your money and everything, even if that person died, you can easily escape. So there are a lot of things that, as the only thing, enforcement of the law according to the law, according to the written law. That is what is missing in Nigeria today. If 20 lawyers case, they should defend the culprit, but the law needs to be interpreted. And that is one thing. The governments are not sincere, because the problem is that we see a lot of people that are involved in fraud. And before you know it, they said, oh, they scale through. Law is law. You have to present your case in a proper way. But when governments want to do their check, they go and give a serious case to a lawyer who has no experience in it. He will just go to the court and present and a fraudster will present a son, and he'll be able to make a case. And before you know it, the law because the judge will interpret, even though they are all work hand in hand. It's just, the only thing is that I don't care who defend these people. If this person or these people wanted to be found guilty based on the law, they have to present a serious argument. People can say whatever they wanted to say. We see something like this in this country as well. When a black guy is killed, if it's not shouted or there's no evidence, or there's no matter, they will tell you that there's no enough evidence. The police is we can see example of what I'm talking about the murder that took place in Ile-Ife last year, about this hotel murder. The case is now being prolonged because a son said, no, give me that case, I'm going to handle it. So now a serious conversation is going on the case, and they are bringing more witness, and
they are delaying it and stretching it out.
The color of justice, my brother and sister, is green. You need to have money to get justice in anywhere.
And I think that's the problem. Even with the case of Deborah right now, we may not get nothing out of it. First of all, this is in Sokoto State, where, it sits right in their jurisdiction, where they have power, they have control, they have everything. Even to get somebody from outside to go over there, that person have to worry about safety, security, a lot of stuff. So it's already dead on arrival because there's a lawless country. Because the law is not going to be fair to her. Because they will not even allow people to represent the family on her behalf well. Because they're going to do everything to block this. They already start with intimidation of all these lawyers and fans in court already to defend what is not. So we already have problem. There's a lot of problem in Nigeria, and the people in the legislative part that is supposed to make this work, they're not doing nothing. Everybody in that thing, they're worried about their own personal gain or their pockets. That's another topic for another podcast. But yes, that's a big issue.
Wow. No, thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. So as we wrap up, any final thoughts any parting words of wisdom since we're talking about wisdom today?
Yes, I think
share,
we need to treat people with love. We need to treat people with kindness,
regardless of the religion.
Yeah, regardless of Christian, Muslim, traditionalist, Buddhist. We have other people worshiping different stuff in Nigeria. People worship the Oshun people. They are totally different from the Shogo people, the Oya people. Like everybody worship their own thing. And we should all respect that. It is okay. It is okay for people to believe in what they want to believe in. And it is very okay for people to say whatever they want to say about any of the prophet of God. You are not God. You don't make those decisions. If God punish us the way we treat
ourselves,
other people, it won't be nobody on this place called the planet or the heart or whatever, because God will just, one offense, God will just take you because you're out, because you're not listening to me. But we do all sort of bad stuff. But God is a God of several chances and privileges. It will even bless you. In the middle of you doing the worst thing, you will still be blessed and forgiven. So what is our own problem as human being with flesh? And we can't have mercy, kindness. We can't show love to one another. I think if we do that more and put religion to the side, religion is one component, but it's a several level of other components as human beings that we all really need to actually hold on to as we, organize our lives. Because religion is just going to make us, govern us in the way that we're going to lose our mind. That's why people do the unthinkable, irrational stuff. Sick, they go to church, and instead of going to the hospital, you need blood, they'll tell you can't get blood. We have some Muslims that don't watch TV. We have some Muslims that they kick out some place in Ibadan. I don't know whether you watch that. They've been living in a village in Ibadan for outskirts of Ibadan for a long period of years. They don't watch TV. They don't use phone. They don't have access to anything. They literally just kick them out because they worship one man. This is not even about worshiping Muhammad right now. One man owned that place and put them in captivity mentally. And they worship him, and they're all right there. Can't use phone, can't go to their family. They marry each other within the place, make baby there, deliver the baby there. People die there. A lot of bad things happen there, all in the name of religion, because we're not using wisdom. We're not showing kindness. We're not showing empathy. We lack humanity. We don't believe that people are human beings first before anything. I think if we do all these things more, we will love each other more, regardless of our faith, regardless of our background, regardless of culture too, because there's cultural issues in Nigeria too. But one thing that is for sure is that the Northerners, they need to do better. And I say that as a whole, because I did not see anybody from the North as a leader that actually come out on this issue of Deborah and say with their full chest.
Yeah, somebody did, but then he walked away, walked it back.
He walked away from it. That didn't mean Atiku did, but that didn't mean nothing to me, because if you kind of delay, if you have to remove your post, delete it, and act like it never happened, even though we have a receipt for it.
We have a receipt for it, yeah.
Yeah, then you didn't do it. So if nobody in the North can come out, then we have a lot of work to do as human beings on that side of town. And shift away from religion a little bit and try to think as human beings first. And let's treat each other like that first. And then we can move forward and try to see. We follow the Quran, but this same Quran are the people that change a lot of things during COVID. They should think about it from that angle. Maybe somebody is not thinking. But I'm sure in the North, they probably still do side to side because they don't want to break no rule. I didn't really know what happened in the North around COVID.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I think we can do better. And I pray that God console the family of Deborah and rest her soul.
Amen. Wow. Go ahead. I don't know if you have anything to add to that.
Well, I just want to end with one of the quotes I cherish more from Nelson Mandela, which says that he said, "I've cherished the idea of democratic and free society in which all the persons live together in harmony and with equal opportunity." We need to come to reality that we are human and we have to live free and we have to enjoy our life. And no saint, no God, no saint anywhere. There's only one God. irrespective of what you believe. There's only one God. And you can't claim to me anything. We have only one God. You choose to worship yours by being a Muslim. I choose being mine to be idol worshiper. Somebody choose to be Hare Krishna. Somebody choose to
I just be Christian. Yeah.
Somebody choose to be a Christian. There's only one God. I've never seen somebody that told me there are two gods. Even Satan was created by this God. There's only one God, and you cannot fight for that God. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. That does it for us. Please continue to stay tuned to our show. Follow us on all the social media handle. Until next time, I really want to thank our guests. I want to thank Jumat for being on here and for bringing the fire. So really enjoyed having you, and definitely for being an awesome and wonderful co-host. If you have any questions, please send an email to lostnegotiations@gmail.com. If you have any questions about our show or the topics or the guests, you can always reach us also on Twitter @lostnegotiations. Thank you so much. Until next time, Bye now.